6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire.
Jerry Robinson, they call me Jay.
This is Michael Jeffrey, they call me Mike Jeff.
This is Logan Barnes, and they call me Pounds.
This is Vince Smith, and they call me Vinny.
And this is The Last Dab.
All right, we're back on the Last Dab podcast. We're up in the 74 region.
Ooh, somewhere around there.
We'll figure it out after this episode. But this is going to be a great episode. We do have Quinn back.
The Mighty Quinn. My mom always loves Denzel movies, so I grew up on The Mighty Quinn. That's a good one. But Quinn, dude, I fuck with that. Also, my nephew's name is Quentin, so I love that name. That's dope.
It's like one of your favorite.
Quinn, it's dope.
Hell yeah.
Great to have you back, brother.
Yeah, man, great to be back. Thank you for having me back on. I appreciate it. Thank you for hooking up this, because, life gets in the way sometimes.
Yeah, so I kind of wanted to know, so you're not here in person, and it's not like we couldn't have done that, but you're in Chicago right now?
Yeah. I live in Chicago now.
Nice.
Just about a year.
Where at in Chicago? Like,
so like North Side, the neighborhood's
Okay.
called Ravenswood, but I'm also like technically in North Center. It's weird. There's like there's 70 something or other neighborhoods, and the boundaries are just so debated.
Okay.
So it's weird. So I just say Ravenswood because I think it's
Hell yeah.
easier to
Hell yeah.
pinpoint.
shout out Ravenswood.
Shout out Ravenswood. I know, that sounds dope.
It kind of sounds like some Game of Thrones. I think I
does,
brought it up.
or
you
like
know,
some Harry
with-
Potter.
Yeah.
Ravenswood.
Yeah, it's not that. It's just a bunch of like rich people.
Well, damn.
Dude, I think that's dope, man. Chicago's dope. I love the fact of exploring and getting out, and that's not, you know what I mean? You said how long? A year? You
Yeah,
said?
just about a year in like
Bro, that's
September. So next
that's
month.
fresh,
wow.
man. Bro, it takes a lot to branch out and to do something that you commit your mind to, you know what I mean? And like I believe in myself, and it's not always easy, but guess what? It's you know what I mean? This is
Pays
what I'm
off in the
pursuing.
end.
I respect that.
Well, and I've
Respect
just
that.
always loved the city. I mean, growing up in Indiana, it's just like a day trip away. So anytime I would go up there, whether it was family or friends, like I just
Yep.
always
It's
loved
never
the
too
city.
far.
And then I made a couple like musical connections up here, and so it just became easier,
That's yeah, I was about to literally say that word. That's easier to do, and not in the easy as like a, not working hard for it, but Chicago just has more connections. It's got more outlets. I wish to God Indianapolis, gets to that point, and I think it will. You know what I mean?
They're coming up, man. There's still
That's
a
what
lot
I'm
of-
trying to do right now.
I mean, it's the neighboring state, so I mean, it's just a matter of time, and it's going on. You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
it's going on.
There's
And,
still a lot of artists in Indianapolis that I stay in touch with. I did a show I put on a show in Indianapolis in December, which I guess was a while ago now, but
dope.
it was like a little Christmas thing, and I just had 3 other beat makers from Indy on there, and it was great, man. I mean, there's lots of cool shit happening. It's just because it's a smaller city, it's in smaller quantities right now. So like they're out there. It's just like the presence isn't as much, so it's not as obvious. But there's some people out there like really making noise that
And I agree with you. It's almost like it's like Indianapolis needs to believe in itself in order to get up to the places that Chicago, New York, Atlanta, LA, Houston, that's 5 major ones that damn near, you know what I mean? They kind of run this shit when it comes to music and whatnot. And I think, the cool thing about Midwest, I mean, you got, Ohio with Cleveland and stuff, and then what's Illinois. So and then Kentucky, Michigan. I mean, you almost have this trifecta, or more like quadfecta of just awesome states around Indiana that produce great music and great art. So it's like, come on, like let's get this shit started.
Totally. What's weird too also is like the places that I've been, like especially like on the West Coast, like they have like it's like a region thing, bro. Like they have their own that like a lot of them will say like Atlanta, you know what I mean, rap isn't shit, you know what I mean, because they're either more into that West Coast shit, you know what I mean, or not fucking with the East Coast or something. But it's like even Washington from California was separate in like, oh, this local artist is the shit, you need to listen to this and this. Really, it's just a matter of time until all ears get on that. I think we're blessed because we're the Midwest and we vibe with each one. Like I don't necessarily
we melt with any type of style.
Yeah,
that's what's cool.
Yeah, in my opinion, I think I like to adopt other, you know what I mean, like other culture, I should say, you know what I mean, not even to say, oh, I am this, or like to front as if I'm a different culture and like cultural appropriate, I don't want to be doing nothing like that, you know what I mean, but I'm just trying to feel the vibe. I want to dip my toes into something that's different.
Yeah, I mean, and it's like that's part of the reason that Chicago was so attractive too. Was I mean, it's still the Midwest, and I love the Midwest. I love a lot of the South. There's a lot of fuck shit going on in the region,
crazy,
a lot. But like, I
Florida.
love the South, and I love the music coming out of both of those regions. But the Midwest is something special for real. Like, especially like, you got Detroit and Chicago just completely separate from each other.
Exactly.
From Indianapolis, like you said, Cincinnati, Cleveland,
Yep.
whatever. Even like Kentucky's in the South. Yeah, it's not quite Midwest.
For sure.
Is it?
No,
Okay.
I mean, it's right below us, but I guess when it comes to,
It's weird that word Midwest. Like we seem like we should be like Mid-East.
I agree. I always, like, geography is cool and all, but sometimes they just don't make sense.
Saying like
I'm terrible at geography. I work in a
like
record
geography.
store, right? And so I'll have people.
That's dope.
Yeah.
They'll ask me like about certain countries, and they'll kind of mention like where it is, and I'm just like,
Why?
I have not heard of Estonia since like 6th grade.
even these streets, I'm not exactly like, I'm still trying to learn, you know what I mean, like I'm just still trying to navigate here,
Hey, you
it's
got
like
any
you just
Bob
moved
Marley
there, it's
records?
like you want me to talk about geography right now.
What's the place that you work at? What's it called?
It's called Rattleback Records. It's in the Andersonville neighborhood of Chicago, which is part of Edgewater.
That's dope.
Back to those
That's
neighborhood boundaries being weird as fuck.
That's super like prominent in Chicago. I feel like a lot of people that live there are super proud of coming up from that neighborhood.
Yeah. There's a lot of neighborhood pride with like true locals for sure. Yeah.
That's what's up. So whenever I was listening to some of your music just here recently, and I was just thinking, man, dude, like you got like such like a melodical approach to it. You know what I mean? Like it sounds so good. I wish I could remember which specific song that I was talking about. I believe, what were we playing?
Phillies. That's what we're playing off of.
But man, it was a piano, and that sounded so good, man. And I just want to know, like,
I don't know my own song names. Cash for Gold, I think.
it could have been. We were just vibing to it, bro. Honestly,
Cash for
like
Gold.
that's how I do, anyways. Yeah, I gotta listen to it. But that's dope. Cash for Gold. Where's that inspiration that the melodicness comes from? Like, where do you?
Yeah.
It's you do it so well. It's almost like it's effortlessly. Effortlessly.
Effortlessly.
Some words I need to practice on. So yeah, where does that come from?
It's so I mean, I sample. That's like the main thing. I did a lot of looping early on. Like if you listen to like, there's a lot of loops in that. I'm really
understand that you don't need money to win. You need a heart, you need a soul, you need to feel connected to the universe in order to win. And that's what winning is. And so we have misconstrued the meaning of winning. You know what I'm saying? And so I think the problem facing all of us, so when you say our community, I'm thinking of the global community. You know what I'm saying? Not only the black community, the white community, anyone. We just need to realize that the ultimate power is not money. You know, that the powers of being will always prevail over the powers that be.
That stuff out a lot when I'm sampling, when I'm selecting the records I'm pulling from. That particular track that I think you're talking about is it's pulled from a jazz pianist that is very, very melodic in their
I believe
approach.
that is it was a jazzy type.
It seems like you like to pitch it down a lot. Do you change up the tempo at all? Do you like to pitch it down, add some different effects to it?
Yeah, I will oftentimes. I mean, what I try to do is I try to take the sample and make it into something that it wasn't, so that there's a little bit of a different approach to it. And that's for my solo music. You know, there will be times like there's one rapper in particular that I work with that he'll hear a song and he'll be like, hey, just loop that 16 bars there for me. And that's good. And that's his beat. But I think that also brings a different approach to it, you know, because then you've got somebody spitting over it. But yeah, so I mean, I do a lot of manipulation, trying to kind of recreate. I do chopping, you know.
That's what I was gonna say. That's what I felt was like a chopped and screwed type vibe to it. But you don't hear much of those anymore. And honestly, like I'll bump the old ones. You know what I mean? Like, bro,
really into that.
chopped and screwed, bro. Like,
fucking no, straight up. Rest in peace, DJ Screw. A real fucking innovator. But like, I mean, if you think about it, if it weren't for Screw, like, we wouldn't have any of the shit that's coming out of Atlanta now.
Exactly.
Like, think about how
Really.
slow that shit is, and like,
Yeah.
that's straight up. It's just it's
all that
useless.
shit. You know what I mean? Like that shit.
ASAP
like,
Rocky wouldn't exist without DJ Screw.
He like gave it to the East Coast when in reality, yeah, it's more of like a Southern thing. And
he talks about it, like in shit. What's the mixtape that they just put on streaming services? I had that shit from Dat Piff back in the day.
of ASAP.
Yeah, it's got Peso on it.
Oh yeah, Long Live.
Long Live, yeah. So like,
Yep, Long Live ASAP. It's one of his
That's a
best.
good one.
It's one of his best albums, bro. I mean, let's not.
it's so good. I mean, yeah, I don't.
It's good. That's the thing, bro. Like, it's good. You know what I mean? Like that shit.
But he talks about that too. He's like influenced by Houston. In the first track, he says that, and it's like, so he always like paid credit to it, which I think is awesome. Which is why, like, you know, there's a whole like debate on hip hop Twitter. I don't know if you guys ever wander into that.
Yeah, I do sometimes.
What comes to mind is like Drake, kind of a little bit. You know how he doesn't
Yes.
really give credit. You know what I mean?
And he's everything. He came from Canada. Shout out Canada. No disrespect.
But just saying.
And he's every single part of, you know, any type of style. Yeah, West, East, Midwest, Southern.
And what I'm thinking is like, because I mean, I'm hearing like I'm hearing like the old songs to it, but he's playing it off as if he had created this almost. You know what I mean? And then doesn't give credit to it. Like, if you're just playing that old song, like, that's like almost paying homage, if in my opinion. I don't know.
Yeah,
You know
Drake
what
samples a lot for sure.
Yeah. Well, and then it's like, you know, his whole new records house, which is crazy. I fucking loved it. A lot of people did not like it. But it's crazy because then I also heard people talking about, they're like, oh, well, Beyonce copied Drake. And I was like, house has been around since like 1993. Like, it's a 30-year-old genre,
Didn't hit.
damn near.
Yeah,
you
it
know?
is definitely not no nowadays shit.
Yeah, what are you
Drake
talking
just-
about? Who copied who? Like, they both
Right.
wrote those songs 2 years ago. Come on. Like,
Drake is very relevant, bro, and he's like,
He
you know what I
always
mean?
will be.
Yeah, he's got good shit regardless.
So we just mentioned the, you know, kind of chopped and screwed version of your, and that's more like a DJ style. You know, obviously you're taking the samples and, you know, rearranging them. But we just listened to, was that on his like Instagram story?
Snapchat.
Snapchat.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
you making a beat. So your production is super clean. I mean, kind of break down like, you know, where's your mindset when you, because a lot of people don't understand, like, making shit from scratch is a whole new ball game. So kind of break down your kind of process.
Yeah. So, usually I start with like, I'll take a stack of records and I'll just go through them, pull what I think sounds really cool or I can use. I don't always end up using all of it. Sometimes I'll go back later and be like, no, that's whack. I don't want that. Whatever. And then I just get on Ableton like every day and I scroll through all those samples that I've since digitized. And I do whatever with the samples and then I just build. So like,
Yeah.
I might take a sample and chop it up to different pads. I might just loop it. I might take a sample and embellish what's already there in the sample, like a bass line, for instance. I'm terrible at writing bass lines, so I'll just cop the bass lines from the record a lot because I'm like, shit, they wrote a good one. I don't need to.
No doubt. Yeah.
Like, even
no
when I
doubt.
chop it, it'll come out because, I'll hit on the ones and the twos, and there's bass on there already, and it just becomes a different bass line than what was recorded because it's chopped.
Right. How do you feel as far as when we last had spoke, when you were on here, how much do you feel like you have, like how in tune or like how do you feel like
Progression
different
almost.
wise? Yeah.
Like a progression from, because that was a very early episode for ours. So
Yeah.
that was quite a while ago.
Yeah, I think that was when my tape Mumia came out, which is I've got shit. Where is it? There we go. Old school. I have cassettes and shit. Dude,
That's
what?
dope. That's
Oh,
dope,
whatever.
though.
I don't have a copy with me, but
Oh no, what was it called again?
Mumia.
Mumia.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
that's what
It's
it was. I remember that name now.
dedicated to Mumia Abu Jamal, who was wrongfully imprisoned for a lot of shit. Just not a lot of shit. Just one particular. We don't have to get into all
in prison, nonetheless. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. It's shit.
that. But so that whole project, I just had a sample of him like kind of giving an interview from behind bars.
Okay.
And I just took that and I scored it to like 10 songs. And that became the project. And like, halfway through creating
super
this, I was
cool.
like, dude, this is weird because like I'm about to be selling this and like profiting off this dude's image and his words. So I ended up taking all the proceeds for that and donating it to the Free Mumia Coalition,
That's
Which is-
That's fucking awesome.
a
That's
charity
dope.
that works to support legal aid for him and others. Maybe others, definitely for him though.
that's dope.
Yeah, because it just felt weird again to like take dude's story and just capitalize on it, when he's already fallen victim to a system.
No. Yeah.
Like, I don't want to really
wanted that.
contribute to
I'll
that.
do it again.
But that's still available, like, to buy. So I'm going to shout that out real quick. There's still cassette
Mumia.
copies of that too, and all of those proceeds are still going to that. So if anybody hears this and feels like they can spare $10 for that, I encourage you to look up his story and judge
That's
for
dope.
yourself what's happening. But
We'll post it on our page, man.
Yeah, for sure. Try to spread
Great.
that, man.
Great.
That's dope.
Thank
I'd
you.
love to add
Yeah,
to
so
that.
there was that, and that was a very raw, very real project. It was like in terms of like audio quality, it was very raw too.
I hear you.
Because I mostly so I have a lot of hardware that I use and I've collected over the years. This is by far the most expensive.
So you got a lot of analog shit.
Lot of analog shit.
That's cool though, because bro, that's not prominent anymore, man. It's digital. It's a digital age. People don't. I agree, man. It's the warmth is there, the room. I mean, there's so much things that people don't, and you can't blame people, man. We're
No,
all
it's
so
expensive.
young compared to analog. I mean, we're the world of how it's taken off digitally and technology wise. Like a lot of people don't even know what analog equipment is. So like, what are some of the things you got, man? That's super cool.
Yeah, so this is the SP404A. It's a variation of the original
Roland.
synthesizer. I like souped it up with
Wow.
stickers and knobs and shit. But that Mumia project was almost entirely produced on that.
That's cool.
Paired with this, which was my first sampler. It's called a pocket operator.
Pocket operator.
Yeah, it looks like a little fucking
Calculator.
calculator.
Damn,
Yeah.
PDA.
I don't know what happened to it. Like, it's literally like I don't have batteries in it right now, but it's 2 AAA batteries is like how it runs.
Wow.
Yeah. So
That's so cool.
so it was mostly done with those 2 things. Like even recently I was like cleaning out my files and I went to look for the Mumia beat originals and I was like expecting Ableton projects, but no, it was just like MP3s from this shit, and I was like, oh,
And that's
wow.
why it was so raw. Like you couldn't even. That's crazy.
So I mean, definitely in just the way that I approach everything is through Ableton now. So that is just technologically more advanced and it's easier to fuck with. But I also now am a lot better with using the 404 as a performance tool.
That's cool.
I'm going to be posting more stuff with that. I recently posted like a 1.5-minute thing on Instagram because it was like I was an entrance for a competition thing. It was pretty much all on the 404 that I performed, and then I had a little thing on the turntable, but not really much. So there's that. But I think also just artistically, the way I approach things is a bit more methodical and thought out. Like I said, with the Mumia tape, that was all just like I had a lot of anger and frustration with the world built up at the time, and I just needed to get that shit out.
That's awesome, dude. That's what music's for.
Totally. And oh, that's okay. I'll finish this
We both
thought.
saw it at the same time. You said that's okay.
But yeah, I think having those emotions, I really just acted upon those. And even now I try to do a better job of not doing that just in real life anyway.
I like that.
Yeah, it's important, man. But
Like controlling it within your art and then pulling what you learn from that to do that within everyday life.
And giving it to the world too.
Yeah,
there's
adding
something
it.
about allowing yourself to be vulnerable enough for people to see the real you and how you address situations.
Like you're sharing your piece.
right.
Deal.
And that's why, going straight from like making the tracks to then just releasing it like that, I think was a problem because it was reactionary, and I just you want to be really careful about how you voice certain things and how you approach certain other
Words are a
topics.
motherfucker. They can be great, or they could teach hate. Or what's
Or
he
they could be
saying?
great.
Yeah, bro. That
The
shit.
Eminem.
Yeah,
Yep.
dude. It's just hard, man.
But you want to just be careful with that, and so like really taking the time to be more methodical with the shit and approaching it just with a little more grace,
I like that.
Yeah, that's beautiful, man. That's really cool. So I mean, like, shit, dude. Like, it seems like I almost feel like you have all kinds of like instruments right in front of you. Like you're just pulling shit.
Yeah,
pulling shit out.
I do.
Bro, analog equipment's so fucking cool, bro.
I kind of want to see a little bit more of what you got around you, if you don't
Yeah,
mind.
let's
or
do it.
whatever.
Turn
Let
that
me-
blur off.
let me clean my area a little bit here.
Whatever can like be held up. You don't have to show your stuff or whatever.
Okay, all right.
Give us a tour.
I'll flip the camera and shit.
Hey, I see that Dragon Ball shirt.
Yeah, I've been
Yeah.
looking at it too. This
same
sick.
Are you
shirt, dude.
excited for the new movie?
I am. I really am. Yeah. It's funny. My mom went to the movies to see whatever, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, and she like saw that poster and she sent me that shit. Like just
that's
no caption or anything. She just sent me like a picture of the poster, and I was like, thanks, mom. Like
Yeah, right.
It was
Appreciate that.
it was funny. Shout out my mother.
Shout out Mom Dukes.
Shout out, mama.
Oh.
You can walk.
I wanted to bring up as well. I mean, or Vince, you wanted to talk a little bit about it too. We just brought up Eminem and all that. I don't know if you heard the game dissing.
The Game just dissed Eminem. It's a track called "The Black Slim Shady."
I could say so much about the game, but
Yeah,
it's just tired, man. Like I'm so
it's corny.
and the worst part is like he doesn't have to do this. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, no.
he's proved himself to us. Like he was really fucking good. Like way back, what was that? I gotta look up the name of it. There's one like album of his that is just
Red or not red?
it's easily one of the best like fucking hip hop albums of all time. And like
Yeah.
he doesn't have to do this. Like
Yeah.
He had his time, man. I really
The documentary.
don't understand. The documentary.
the
yes.
documentary is easily one of the best hip hop albums of all time.
Yeah,
and so
West
he
Coast
doesn't
for
have to
sure.
run around acting like a fucking ass all the time. Like,
I wonder if it's like a type thing, like I'm still, I'm still great. Like it's a pride type deal.
It's
like
a pride
something,
thing, man. Because Eminem knows how to bring himself back so much, and like, so Eminem signed 50, Aftermath, Shady Aftermath. 50 got Game on. Like, let's not fucking act like that's not exactly what happened. G Unit. So I really don't understand the Game. Like, he literally said word for it, I came after Eminem because 50 can't rap. Word for word. He said, I got to go after the bigger, competitor. And, bro, from my opinion, that song was garbage, bro. He was like, hi, I'm the... Like, bro, it was so stupid,
I didn't
dude.
even listen to it. But, dude,
Don't.
I can tell you I would not beef with Fitty. Like,
Fuck no.
that man is a villain.
He's yes, exactly. Like a straight up, like, bro, troll. Like he'll fuck you up. He knows how to do it through the media.
What he
was
did
it?
to Mayweather...
Was that the one where he had, like, he posted pictures of dude's, like, wife? Like, he posted
No,
selfies?
he
of-
clowned. Yeah, he clowned Mayweather. Yeah, he went
Oh, no.
everywhere,
The
bro.
Mayweather shit was crazy, but there
That
was
too,
one dude
yeah.
that he was in a beef with. I don't even remember, but like, dude was just, he didn't say anything to the guy. Instead, he got on Instagram, he posted a selfie with his wife. He posted a selfie with his mother and daughter. He posted a selfie in front of this dude's house, and I'm like, yo, like, again, villainous behavior. Like,
Him with what's the other lady, the talk show, Wendy Williams. Him and Wendy Williams always go back and forth. That shit's funny as fuck.
Wendy Williams is so wild, man.
Oh my gosh, bro! Don't even get me. That shit is dumb. I don't care.
I don't
Talk shit, like gossip. That shit. That's a sin, anyways.
Straight up, man. But they
Well,
love
like
it.
her, I mean, she's always just going after rappers, and she doesn't want to, like. Have you seen a Method Man go off on her?
I haven't, but I want to now.
that would be good. Yeah. On Wendy Williams.
Yeah, just look
That's
up like
funny as fuck. I
Method
didn't-
Man.
He'd be like, "You're nothing. You old ass hag."
no, he does not rap to her.
No
He
good.
threatens her
No
on
good.
camera, like with his real
Good.
voice. Like, yeah,
With this real voice, he said.
I will bring this up. I forgot about this. Whenever 50 Cent like trolls Tierra Mari over his court ordered $37,000, he said she better give me my money. Like he read it. He wrote broke,
Broke
and he
in
wrote
hundos.
he is.
That's
dude.
a clean
he's a
45
troll.
right there.
Hold on, let's or did you want to look up, is there a way that we could look up on there Method Man to Wendy Williams?
So like Method Man diss Wendy Williams.
Yeah.
it's oh man, it's wild.
Method Man, he's clean with it, man. His freestyles, bro, like
Oh yeah, I love Method Man.
All of
He's
them,
one of
man.
the
I mean,
fucking
All of
OGs,
them,
bro.
man.
he says something, because all the pawns, the kings and queens all go in the same box or some shit like that. Like, bro, like
bro.
it doesn't even matter. All of them, they gonna be.
It has to take a second to process his
Yeah.
bars, and then once it does, you're just like, oh, he's on to the next one.
Yeah,
And I'm
already.
like,
Like,
"Fuck,
slow
wait a
down,
minute."
and then
Yeah.
you catch on. But then it's like slowly all, bro.
It's
yeah.
all unraveling in your
Yeah.
brain, man.
That's the
What
shit
did
I
he
love
say?
the most, though. I love that. Like there are
Lyricism.
some art. Have y'all heard of Mavi?
I don't think I have.
So
I've heard of Mendavi,
he,
CK Mendavi. It's a
He
wine.
was like on Earl Sweatshirt's album Feet of Clay. That's how I got introduced to him. He has a song where, and his lyrics are just so fucking dense, but he has a song where he talks about, he's got a line where he's like, she asks what kind of songs you make. I make the kind you gotta read, baby. And like, that's so true because I can't catch a lot of what he says. And like, I really have to look
Yeah,
up the
I do
lyrics.
turn on the lyrics. I really do. I always do, bro. So we got the video of Method Man. And it's 3 minutes fucking long. It's a girl talking about it.
No. Look up that original. It's like an interview, so.
We got like, what, 2 minutes left in the Zoom call? We'll have to take a short break and then recall. The old total recall. FYI, there's a
Oh, that second one there. That's the one. Yeah. Whew.
Okay, here we go. The old Questiano.
I mean, we talked a little bit about your music, and we talked last time a lot about your music. I kind of wanted to just bring up a couple other things that I've seen recently. I just wanted to get your thought on this.
Okay.
Dude, so listen about this. I don't know if you guys seen or not, but dude, a massive breakthrough in a nuclear fusion has been achieved. So like essentially like what's going on is that like it's like they've ignited some sort of like reactor. They successfully achieved ignition reaction and had been self-sustaining, and like if they can harness that power, then like it can be like the cleanest fuel
Type of energy and whatnot.
through like electricity, you know what I mean?
Nuclear power or whatnot.
Right. And I mean, like, bro, like, I don't know, that's just kind of crazy. Like, one, that they're even messing with. I just want to get your thoughts on that alone, you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, that's what Dr. Octopus was trying to do in Spider-Man.
yeah, that's what
2.
I'm saying, bro. I just watched that shit.
Yeah. They just put
Spider-Man
that-
2. Bro.
Ah, man, guys, we are like one bad. That's Elon Musk, you know, like that's like Elon Musk is one step away from bro, like putting metal arms on his back and shit.
he's Doc Ock.
him.
Oh my gosh, he turned.
They got the
He's as
same
white
body
as him,
type and
too.
shit too. Like it's
He
good.
does.
Oh my God, you're completely
His
right.
haircut is gonna slowly
So,
like he's gonna
split.
start growing. Yeah. Somehow he
Familiar.
grows the
got so
arms
many
from.
kids.
Isn't he Neuralink?
All he needs
Doesn't
is
he
the
do
glasses.
Neuralink?
Yeah. Yes.
That's the little chip that was on his back. Is that what that's
Straight-
going on?
And that's
bro?
what
That is
went
that
wrong
shit.
with Dr. Octopus.
That
He
was
was
it,
fucking with
right?
the AI. Like
Yeah.
Fucking with the
And it's the
AI.
power of the sun, solar. It's
Yeah.
gonna be the new big thing.
How scary is the scene where they're trying to take apart the arms in the doc office?
oh, that's crazy, right?
Oh shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that shit.
No, that's cool that they're trying to like
Just a
salvage
movie,
the Earth. I think that's pretty amazing that people are working towards that. Because you know, it's like every year they're like, oh hey, no, take another year off of that doomsday clock. We got about 50 good years left now. Like that shit's scary.
No
So like the
doubt.
fact that people are really
Let's
trying
try
to like,
shit.
you know, work towards a sustainable future is awesome. I think that's cool.
Yeah. That is the best way though. Doc Ock was the best way to fucking put that shit.
Yeah, just go watch Spider-Man 2 and you'll know exactly what we're talking about.
I also saw something else that was kind of cool. It's called a gigantic jet. Is what it's called, gigantic jet.
40. Gigantic.
So it's like an electrical burst that was sent like upward, like from a thunderstorm. You know what I mean? Like
a jet as in a weathered. Okay.
Yeah, weather jet. Yeah, so it's like instead of like the thunderbolt striking downward, bro.
He's a
the
lightning
shit-
bolt.
That shit.
He's a thunderbolt.
Bro, oh,
Is it thunder or
from
lightning
a
bolt?
from it's a. I mean,
It's a lightning bolt, right?
thunderstorm. Yeah,
Okay.
thunderbolt.
I was like, wait a minute. This was brand new. I've never
This
heard
is
of
it's
this.
sent from God, bro. But yeah, so a lightning bolt that fucking strikes upward. I mean, it's pretty cool.
That's crazy.
Maybe Vince, if you could like pull up, there's a picture of it.
There
But
is
it
a
said-
picture of it?
Yeah, bro. It says that it reached as far in the sky up to the ionosphere.
The fucking
Science was
ionosphere,
also
dude.
not my strong subject.
What's it called?
No, me
not
neither,
geography,
but,
not science.
Gigantic jet photo.
Because it's like, what do we need to
Thunder-
know about a gigantic jet
thunderstorm.
that really pays off in our life?
Just the people that are making it. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I knew
Bro,
from
this
an
shit
early
looks
age I wasn't going to be making jets. So
Straight up, I wouldn't.
that's scary. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, bro, that shit looks crazy.
Could
That's
you
like
imagine flying and seeing that?
that's
You
like
might as well just-
Fortnite.
That is kind of
That
like
is
Fortnite.
no, that's totally
It's
wow.
totally Fortnite.
It's going like upward. That shit's crazy.
It's my son playing.
yeah.
Dropping in.
The storm's coming.
Yeah. Whoa. Well, everyone look out for gigantic jets because they're around your neighborhood.
Don't look up, man.
Don't look up.
To that plane and it landed in the Hudson.
Oh, yep.
That
I
thing
remember
that thing doesn't have to worry about geese. It's just
No, it's gonna
No.
fuck them up.
there will be no
Flew
geese.
that high.
Geese are, dude, bro. That's a
How
whole.
are they
That's a
getting brought
whole
back
nother
up?
species,
They
bro.
better
Let's-
not get brought back up like that. Fucking geese.
Oh shit. I also wanted to talk about, dude. They had like a Field of Dreams, like reenaction
yeah.
game, baseball game. If you ever seen Field of Dreams, but it was the Reds versus the Cubs, and like literally, like they had like a cornfield out.
Field of Dreams. If you build it,
They will come.
everyone knows that.
They just fucking walk out of that shit. It was really cool just to see. Like I'm not even like a huge baseball fan, but it's just like it's dope. Yeah, just check it out.
Baseball's big where he's at.
Yeah, dude, sports in general, it's super polarizing because I follow basketball and I'm not a Bulls fan. So like but then people be like, "Oh yeah, Cubs or White Sox." I'm like, "I don't really watch baseball." And they'll be like, "Well, what about football?" And I was like,
Yeah.
and then I'll catch whatever hockey games I can. I don't have cable, so I mean it's easy enough to find.
So you
the-
Blackhawks fan then?
Yeah, and I have been for a while because it's like the closest major team. Fuel's cool. The Fuel is really cool. Like their games are super fucking fun. If you've ever been, I've never been, but I have tons of people tell me like you got to go to a Fuel game, and I will because Blackhawks tickets are like $200 for nosebleeds. So I don't
Excuse
need
you?
to. I'll catch a Fuel game.
Yeah,
It's probably like $75 center ice. Yeah. So I like the Blackhawks, and I relate to people on that, but
Would you consider it a bad thing or just like a neutral opinion if I'm a Blues fan?
nah, man. I mean, I'm not all into it like that.
Okay.
He's about to
I don't
cuss
know.
you out.
I don't even know if that's a rival or not or anything. Like, cause I'm like, I just played the game a few times and I was like, this is my favorite team. Maybe because my favorite color
I thought
is
you were
blue.
just talking about colors. Yeah. He likes
St.
blue.
Louis Blues.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't really give rivalries to them much shit. Other than, and like I said, I have not watched the NFL in years, but man, still the
Never
Patriots
Bears.
get me.
Oh, yeah.
Because,
No one likes the Patriots.
I was raised a Colts fan. I watched
day.
mad games with my grandmother growing up and my parents. And so, like, I'll always just be like, nah, we don't hang with Patriots fans. But,
Yeah.
like my best friend is a Pistons fan and I'm a Pacers fan. So like it's not. I don't give too much stock to it.
Yeah. Really, you gotta, it's like you just respect everybody else's like opinion, and then really it makes it more fun. Like, oh, dude, my team versus there's always like a good friendly competition that you
Yep.
could, even if it's not a big deal. You know what I mean?
And you can like fuck with people like in a friendly way. Like
Right.
I have another friend that I work with and he's a Bucks fan, and I was just like, oh, couldn't quite cut it this year, huh? Just
No.
just stuff like that. Like, and he'll be like, fuck you or whatever. Like, we're just playing around though.
Some people get pretty It's
passionate
true
about it. And those people kind of suck. It's like you don't really want to hang out with those guys.
It's supposed to
like
be fun.
you do.
You can't play
But-
2K with them. You can't play Madden with them. It's like, damn, you got super personal. Call
You just gotta like work on your anger issues, really. Like,
Right.
I mean, I've had, people have had to work on anger all the time. But like, what does it matter? Like, okay, so have y'all seen the show Community?
Yeah, I've heard of Community. I've seen an episode or two.
I love Community. Community is one of my favorite shows. So the guy that does Rick and Morty, that's what he did before Rick and Morty.
Okay.
Dan Harmon.
Yeah.
Production wise?
Yeah, like he wrote it.
I got you.
Everything but season 4 he wrote, and that was like a weird contract negotiation thing. But yeah, on Community, there's a guy that at one point in the show, there's a guy that says, "Won't change how mustard tastes," and that's kind of just like my attitude with shit like that. Like, if my team loses, is mustard gonna taste the same? Probably.
Right.
Like, like.
It ain't gonna change much in real life, man. Chill.
Yeah, God forbid they change the mustard recipe, because then my whole life is
Don't
just
do
gonna-
it.
Yeah, right. I don't know. I don't know what I'll do then.
Fucking Pickle Rick. Don't we have him? Here he goes.
Pickle Rick.
I got little guys
Shout
too.
out.
That's sick.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I got. That's
There he is. He's pulling it out.
That's a Vegeta.
Hey.
I got a Lego R2D2.
Oh,
Nice,
cool.
nice.
I got some like Office characters over there, and then I made this little MF Doom.
Wait, bring
wait,
him
down.
closer.
yeah,
that's cool.
dope.
I
Oh,
made
dope.
that. I got
You
this
made
little-
that?
Yeah.
AMF Doctor Doom.
Yeah, it's a Dr. Doom toy from like Burger King that I got at Goodwill, and I just painted it. And
This
it's
was
cool.
That's cool.
So do you do a lot of your work there, right where you're at?
Yeah, all of it.
Is that the home? That's the home studio right there.
I have, and I have like stuff on my iPad, and like that 404 I pulled up earlier. Like it can travel, which is great.
Yeah.
So it's like it can be ran by AA batteries and shit. So if I've got a long car ride where I'm not driving, I might fuck with it a little, or whatever. I got apps on my phone and my iPad that I can get ideas out, but this is pretty much where everything like comes to fruition. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
How far is that drive from here?
2.5?
Chicago. From
Yeah,
2.5,
from
3?
Lebanon, it's
3.
about 2.5 hours. From Indy, 3.
About 3.
Shit, we're gonna have to do something
Yeah,
up
we
there
gotta link
sometime,
up.
man.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, and my family still lives out there and shit, so I will be back.
come on out here, yeah. Shit.
I gotta see this
Uh,
studio. It looks so mad impressive every time I see it.
Bro, shout out Vince for the old interior decorator over here.
He's got the time lapse videos that you do.
I know, it's so dope. Great idea.
I
kills
get
that
that.
shit,
That's
man.
such a satisfying feeling. Like, I mean, when I got this shit set up the way I really liked, like, that was amazing. It took a long time, and I felt really proud. Yeah, but so we were talking about my gear. I've got an MPC Renaissance. That's what I do a lot of shit on, as well as that 404 that I mentioned.
That MPU, is that like a mixer or is that
The MPC Renaissance, it's like, so MPC are like, they're the first real like beat machines.
gotcha.
MPC stands for Music Production Center. Akai
Nice.
makes them. So like, have you seen Straight Outta Compton?
Akai. Yep.
Yeah.
So they use like the first model MPC in that in the studio scene with Keith Stanfield playing Snoop Dogg, and they use the Moog or Moog or whatever as well. But that's like, because that's like the first real machine. You know, Dilla used that, Dre used that, Pete Rock used that. Like, but what I have is like it hooks up to the computer too. But it's not like any of the new MPCs, which are super fancy. It kind of mixes. It's like a happy mix between like the limitations of the analog one and the newer MIDI driven ones. But it's still like it still can work analog or MIDI, so that's really
That's
cool.
dope.
I use it both ways. And then yeah, I mean, other than that, like I've got a couple like little MIDI controllers here and there, keyboards and what have you, launch pads. But like,
Do you play any instruments?
do I play instruments?
Yeah, do you play any?
Not for this, but yeah, I mean, so when I went to school, I studied jazz drums,
Nice.
and I ended up not doing that.
He said I didn't do it.
Part of college is learning what you don't want to do for the rest of your life.
Straight up,
I
dude.
mean, yeah, bro. This life is the journey. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Letting it flow.
He
It's
said
not
that,
going to
dude.
change the way mustard tastes, you know?
No,
That's
the
right.
mustard. I'm gonna start saying that to people. Next time I get like
Yeah, use the mustard.
next time I get like denied. Sorry, girl, but it's not gonna change the way mustard tastes.
Let me get
Actually,
your number.
come over
No,
here.
it ain't gonna change the way mustard tastes.
Yeah.
What?
Here, 317.
Yeah. Appreciate
good,
that.
man.
I'm gonna have to use that one.
I'm gonna use
Is there a way we could play his music, or do a little, or do you want to try that, or some of your music that you've made recently?
Oh man.
Oh, well, I guess we
I
got
have,
to.
I have Phillies. That's what he sent me that.
Yeah, you can pull that up. That's cool. I have a lot of music like conceptually done, but I'm really lazy when it comes to mixing and all and all of that. So like I have 2 tapes done that I need to master. Because I'm sure as Logan can attest, that's just such a tedious fucking process.
It really is, man.
And it just bugs me. So like I always put it off a lot. And then I'm working on another tape with a friend. So on Phillies, there's a track. Oh shit! It's the second to last one. It's got the sample of Logic on the Breakfast Club.
There was one that I heard, man, and it was like, give me a second. He said something like,
Dude, I'm pulling it up too. I don't know
Pull
my
it up.
song names.
I think it was something about like saying something about God.
Oh, I know. God, I remember. I can't remember what it was, but I remember us like,
It's-
I like that.
Bro, it was like him straight like
It was about money.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
yes.
that's
It was about money.
Shit, let me pull up this record, man. I don't know my song names. Okay, that one is "Powers of Being," track 11. That's another sample from the Breakfast Club. Actually, I sampled the
Okay.
Breakfast Club twice on that. Even though Charlemagne the God is a villain, again, it's just
really
a weirdo. Just a weird guy, man. But yeah, so that one, that's Saul Williams on the Breakfast Club. And then the one I was talking about, track 16, was a crackhead.
Was a crackhead.
Yeah, featuring Icy. That's my homegirl that helped produce that.
Dope.
And she and I have been working on a beat tape that will come out at some point.
Nice.
And then I have a third one that I'm working on that might be the one that comes out next. We can talk about that a bit later.
Okay.
I'll allude to that a little bit.
Okay.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, man, that'd be cool. Cause like, when's the last time like have you been still playing, or instruments like?
You know, it's crazy actually. So I through college and then like the 2 years after, I taught drum and piano lessons, and it took me moving to Chicago to really realize that I really did not like doing that at all. Like I have such a new appreciation for teachers for real, because like that shit is so hard, man, and it is so
Totally,
taxing
yeah.
on you.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
just wasn't cut out for it. I had a really, really good thing going in terms of balancing like teaching work and like playing out like jazz gigs and stuff when I was in Indianapolis. So I went to school at the University of Indianapolis. So I was living in Indy from like 2016 to 2021 last year when we moved up here. And I had such a great thing going, and I love that city so much. But like I wanted to move to Chicago because I like Chicago. It was attracted to me, but I got here and I did a teaching job, and oh my God, it really sucked. Like really, really, really sucked. I've never taught like for like a corporation like that before. I don't want to, put anyone on blast, unnecessarily. But I never worked for a corporation like that and like teaching, and they are super like numbers driven rather than individual experience. I quit that job in April, I think, something like that. Maybe June even. June. We'll say June. I quit that. Like I slowly shaved myself down to like one day because, like I said, I'm working at the record store, and I started working there before I stopped the other job. And I talked to my boss there, and he was like, "I can get you up to 30 hours a week here," and I was like, "Cool." So, I got out of that teaching job as soon as I could, and I'm happy. I started working at the record store, and I was like, first day, and I was like, okay, that wasn't too bad. Second week, I'm like, whoa, I haven't like come home or gone to work stressed this whole time. A couple months go by, same thing, and I'm like, this is really crazy. I've never experienced that in a job.
That's dope. That's dope.
So yeah, I mean, I was so really sorry. Long answer to your question there, but I was playing drums all through that when I was teaching. I've played drums a little bit between when I quit and then, but I haven't played drums out anywhere in like a year. I haven't made instrumental music with friends like that in a really long time. It's cool. Now I'm like, cause drumming was a job for me for 6 years, maybe even 7 years. And it took a lot of the fun out of it for me, which happens with a lot of people. And I remember hearing about that in college or high school or whatever, and like not giving a good goddamn, just thinking like, oh, whatever, like that's not gonna happen to me. But it totally did happen to me, and that shit sucked. So, I play drums every once in a while now. I've just got like a couple practice pads set up in my apartment, and I'm actually like getting back into metal drumming for the first time since I was like 13, and it's super
Metal
fun.
drumming is dope, bro.
It
My
is.
buddy, he loves it, and like when you look at the double pedals, like bro, the fuck, bro.
Yeah, I got it.
Like instead of
like
one
my
kick
first double
drum,
bass pedal.
it's a double. I'm like, holy shit.
Those feet going.
I got
You're
my
going
first double
in.
bass pedal like for the first time since I was 13. And yeah, dude, I've been having a lot of fun. It's so different from jazz drumming because you watch jazz drummers or even like drummers or actually you should cut that out because the dude who there that so, no I'm serious, just for your guys' sake, I forgot. So this is a wild story. We'll call it G Chops from here on out. But there was an original channel with the name G Chops, and the dude who owns that like trademarked it. And so if people mention it in their YouTube videos and shit, boom, it gets flagged, monetization. So we'll call it G Chops. But
Did you already say it earlier?
yeah, I did.
What'd you say?
Oh,
No,
God.
you don't want to say
Well,
it.
I'm not gonna say it again, but like what, like 1 minute ago?
Yeah.
About-
Okay. He almost said it. He's like, "God." I got it. You'll send it to me later.
Yeah, I'll actually just do that
yeah.
now. But
Bro, you were so quick to stop. I almost got you.
I was like, I felt bad. I was like, oh shit, I don't want to like mess up your guys's.
I mean,
No, thanks
Good-
for saying
good call,
that.
yeah.
Great call.
But yeah, so that
it was something good.
Sorry, yeah, we heard a scream. I'm not gonna lie.
all good, man. I was wondering. That's okay. But anyway, you watch like a jazz drummer or like a G Chops drummer, soul drummer, funk drummer, whatever. There's a lot of anything where there's a lot of soloing like metal. It's all super quick and super technical too, but it's just in such a different way. So like the shift from that to metal drumming is so like wild that I'm so bad at metal drumming. Like I have a degree in jazz drumming, and I'm like I'm not like the best at it by any means. I'm like I'm good at it, but like I am so bad at metal drumming, and that's why it's fun.
But do you want? I was about to say you want to learn it, don't you?
Right, it's really challenging. So it's like that's why I've been getting back into it.
You want you want that challenge, bro. You want to up your game on it and get
Yeah,
know,
right.
get
Like
that shit.
I'm
That's what's up.
I'm kind of like I don't know. I studied jazz for 4 years, and I'm just like I'm kind of
utilize
over
it.
this for a second. Like, you know.
That's what's up, bro. Is there anything that you wanted to talk about? As anything like?
Man, I don't know.
you
I think I covered most of it. You know, I talked about the new projects coming out. Mumia. All the proceeds for Mumia go to the Free Mumia Coalition, a charity that means a lot to me.
Spell that. What was that? L-U.
I think it's M. Is it M?
Mumia.
M.
Mumia.
Yeah. Yeah. He was a.
So that's coming up, right?
No, that's the one that last time we talked, I had just released
Gotcha.
that. I've got cassettes, like I've got stuff for sale from that, and all the proceeds are for charity. So, if anybody listening wants to donate and get something cool out of it, like there you go.
Cool. Yeah, we definitely have to put some links on the page or something like that. Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, look up at the bio.
He said, look up at the bio.
Look up at the bio. Anything you guys got? Anything you guys want to bring up? All right, well, I think
Thanks for coming back
I
on,
think we're about to
Quinn.
close
Dude,
out.
thank you.
Man, yeah. It was good having you back on, dude.
Thank you for having me again.
We kind of dived in deeper this time. You know what I mean?
It was
Have
cool,
we
man.
had...
You guys have come like a long way from like I mean
Thank
first
you.
of all just getting the video shit together is super cool. So yeah, just congratulations on this is 74, you said?
74.
Congratulations on 74 episodes.
Thank you, brother. That means a lot to us.
Man, it's all about that. Yeah, we building, keep on building, connecting. It's crazy because like we could even do something like as far as I don't know, music or something in the future, something
Oh yeah.
independent.
Oh, I wanted to tell you, brother. I don't know if you know, but since I graduated college, I started my own business, independent entertainment company. So we need to do a joint cooperation, especially like what you said with the music. Like we can do something, and I think that would help all of us. You know what I mean? Because I want it to be where we have, people on the podcast, but I want that to be more than that. You know what I mean? I want to be able to share our experiences to where we can then make something creative and then give that to people as well.
Yeah, I'm do a Last Dab mixtape.
Bro, exactly.
exactly,
That's
yeah.
what I'm talking, bro. That's what's
Yep.
up. That's kind of bringing what we were talking about earlier, like with the connection between like Chicago and then like India.
Yeah, man,
shit,
and that's
you
the
know
other
what I mean?
thing. Like you got people up here now, so like, you can do shit. Like
Yeah, it's all about this connections, like this
Connections, networking
Yeah.
runs the world.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna shout out some people from Indy
Straight up, do it.
Hell yeah.
that you guys should have on your radar, and other people should have on their radar. First of all, Ali Buckets is one of my
Ali
favorite
Buckets.
rappers in the city. He is fucking dope. I produced his track "Nature Walk" on his. He's got a lot of albums out actually. I don't know what album it's on, but
Nature Walk.
Nature Walk, yeah. So the original beat was called Armored Spirit because I was watching Full Metal Alchemist at the time, I think. So I just named it.
Yeah, I love that show.
Yeah, it's so good, right? And so,
Really good.
or maybe it was Brotherhood. I don't know. I was one of them, but like, so I was like, oh, that's an Armored Spirit. I'm gonna name this beat Armored Spirit. And that's how I
I know
name
what
all
you-
my shit. It's like very random for the most part. But
That's what's up. I know what you're talking about. Like he's kind of like
You should check it out. It's a good show.
it's really good. Yeah.
the boy.
If you're
it's
not
the
into
boy,
anime even that
isn't
much,
it?
it's still like a good show.
I'm pretty sure it came on like
They're brothers. One's the guy, and then the other's like the big metal because he's a spirit in the
Yeah.
armor, as he's saying.
And they came out with a video game a long time ago. I played it on my PS2.
Hell yeah.
I had it.
Dope. Who else you got?
Yeah, so
Ali, is that
Ali-
Ali?
Ali ALI buckets.
Gotcha.
Buckets.
Bucket spelled the way you anticipate. Wax Cat. He's a producer. That's Wax and Cat together. He's another producer. He and I have a track out called 94 Kid. It's a single. You can find that on my Bandcamp. He's dope. He was on my show. Peter the producer or Wonder Kid Beats, they're the same person. Or Chet Bet, it's another rapper. And those dudes are moving to New Zealand soon. So, like,
Wow.
yeah. They haven't
That's
played
awesome,
out a lot
dude.
either. And it sucks because, like, they don't care who knows about their music, I think. They're very humble, but they're so fucking good at it. And, like, I just want more people to know about them. Selfishly. I want
You
more
said,
people to know
Pete-
about them. But
Peter the producer.
Peter
Chet
the producer, Chet
and-
Bet,
What was the other one?
and Wonder Kid Beats.
Wonder
so Peter
Kid.
the producer and Wonder Kid Beats are the same person.
Oh,
Chet
okay.
Bet's a rapper that Wonder Kid Beats produces for. Icy is still in Indianapolis. Like I said, she
ICY.
helped me produce that track. Was a crackhead, and we got a tape coming out.
Nice.
Yeah, and Killer the Baptist, who's between Illinois and Indianapolis.
That's a dope ass name.
that's-
Killer
that's
the
a cool name,
Baptist,
yeah.
babe. Coming at you live.
Yeah.
Baptized by
That's my
fire.
partner, man. Straight up. Straight up. And then who else? I think that's it. That's all.
Shout out to everyone he just named, man, because that's what's up, bro. You know, now we got a network. Now we got a connection. There's a whole reason for having people on, and, you know, you just kind of introduced us to some fucking dope-ass people. And
Each one reach one, all through this right here.
Yeah, we're going to go out. We're going to get
Spread.
it, man.
The other thing, man, you guys would vibe with Ali too. He's like very spiritual.
Okay, cool.
He's very like he's wise beyond his years. I feel. I don't know. He's a,
Old soul.
yeah, he's
Maybe
a
we
dope
could
guy.
we get IC on, just ICY.
Yeah. I'll talk to her, see if she's into it.
Okay, cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I mean,
Thanks for the plugs, man.
yeah,
Hell
for real.
Dude, yeah. Well, honestly, and like I love those people, so I want to support them. You know,
Cool.
always.
That's what it's all
Straight up.
about. We're going to kill this fly. We got her.
Hey! End of the episode.
One
You
hour
killed the
later.
fly.
1 hour
What?
later.
That's so great.
The last dab.
I
Last
know
dab,
that
fly
feeling.
killers.
Yeah, the fly gets it.
All right, man. Thanks,
Hell
bro.
yeah.
Thanks,
Thank you for
Quinn.
having me.
Peace and
Fun
love.
This was
talking to you.
awesome.
Peace, man.